Hello, everybody. I'm speaking on a channel Politically Incorrect with Sanya Sal. And we are talking today about the initiative of Emmanuel Macron from France and some other leaders to proclaim recognition of Palestinian state. Speaking of Emmanuel Macron, I would like to extend this issue a little bit. I think that what is going on with France is something that is very representative for everything that is happening in Europe as a whole. Last 10-15 years, Europe has experienced a global change of its population, of its political agendas, of its values. It was the time where the migration from the Arab and other Muslim countries has increased tremendously and has led to much greater influence of these parts of the population in every European country, especially we can mention France, Great Britain, and now also Germany. This tectonic shift has led to change in the tone of almost all European leaders. And one of the most pronounced examples of this tendency is Emmanuel Macron. Because the Muslim population is gaining more and more influence in their countries, and they actually not some of them, of course, are eager to participate in the culture and in the cultural values of the host country, but the vast majority of them is actually pulling in completely different directions. So that the tendency is to convert the host country into kind of Muslimic surrogate. And this is especially pronounced in Great Britain and in France. Now, speaking particularly about Macron, Macron has lost a lot of his influence within the country with his popularity. We were witnessing the rise of radical left in France, together with radical Islamistic movements, and the party of Macron has lost a lot in during the elections, and now he is trying to somehow to save his position and to save the power. While losing so much on the internal stage, he's trying to compensate it through the foreign policy. And he tried to approach Putin during the first days of the bloody Russian-Ukrainian war after the invasion of Russia into Ukraine. And he was the first European leader who visited Putin after this invasion. He was speaking a lot on telephone, trying to persuade Putin, though the majority of European leaders saw that it was not only completely useless, but it was very harmful because it was a kind of giving more legitimation to Putin's regime and to his invasion of Ukraine. Now he is doing the same with Israel, because the anti-Israeli meetings and overtly anti-Semitic demonstrations. France was one of the European countries with the most terror attacks against Jewish population and also against the local French population. At the beginning, Macron tried to fight it, prohibiting wearing hijab at the school and official buildings. But now his policy has changed radically. I don't think he's anti-Semite. Um, when we look at his record until now, but he's maybe worse than that because of his populism, and that is something that is characterizing most of the European leaders today. He's bringing much more harm, not only to the young Jewish state, but to all the European civilization as a whole. And I think that something that has to be thought about. And I think that people in the world have to understand that the whole campaign of demonizing Israel, demonizing Israel defense forces, and so on, that serves only one purpose. First of all, it serves to promote the goals of the most radical Islamic movements. And the second one, that was a very useful tool during the whole European history, including France, that was the first country to exclude Jews of their terrain and making France a Judenrein. So nothing new under the sun, and the today's situation resembles a lot the situation in eve of the Second World War in Europe, but with one very important exemption. At that time, there was no nuclear weapons. And we are now standing in front of much greater dangers in our world. And I think that one of the greatest dangers is to repeat the same mistakes that were made in history and demonizing Jews, demonizing now this new established Jewish state, and not looking at the real roots of the today's conflicts. And yeah, everybody has to think about that and makes his own decisions. Thank you very much.